What is up, my brothers and sisters? I think it's stupid because people talk about this sun simulator thing and they're like, the Chinese have one already. And I'm like, huh, that's weird. How come I don't ever see it? And so now it turns out that the EU wants to block out the sun to battle climate crisis. And I'm like, huh. Well, if they plan on blocking the sun, how will they give us regular sunshine? Like how will we get our vitamin D? What about the plants? What about all the animals? What about us? Don't we need the sun? So I'm assuming they're going to do apparently what the Chinese have done already. And they're going to put us under a heating lamp, just like the Chinese have, because apparently the Chinese already have one. This sun simulator that's a heating lamp. And then I was thinking about it, and I was like, what happens when a bulb burns out? Do they just call those do they call those sunspots? And then they got to fly up there and change the light bulb. I was like, what about eclipses? Well, how's this going to work? Hopefully they have this thoroughly thought out, right? So I was like, well, maybe to kind of get a better logic and concept of what we're talking about here, because apparently the Chinese have done this already. So I'm like, huh, I find that hard to believe because, when you think about it, it's got to be a huge, huge thing. I mean, let's do a size comparison, because we live on Earth. And let's take this picture for for example. Well, how about this one? Yeah. So I'm assuming we're I don't know, one of those tiny ones down there at the lower right. Because we're nowhere in compare, or maybe we're over here on the lower left. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I think we're there on the lower left because that would be the moon, right? And then right there would be Mars in tiny, tiny, right? So that's us in the middle, right? There's Earth, and then there's the there's the moon. So the sun would be the equivalent of this guy right here in the upper right. And I mean, there's Jupiter and there's Saturn, and those things are pretty huge, right? So I'm like, man, if we're going to make a sun simulator or something of that nature, and we're this size, there's no way, even if we built one as large as the moon, which I'm assuming is the comparison right here in the, you get what I'm trying to say, right? Man, this thing's got to be freaking huge, right? I mean, because the moon's pretty big. And that's the moon in our planet compared to this guy? What? No way. The Chinese built a sun simulator? I don't know. I mean, I just find that hard to believe, right? So I'm like, well, while we're doing size comparisons, luckily we have a song to explain it to us is easy for a child to understand. And it goes a little something like this. First off,
device ad-free and with no internet.
Yes.
You can take them camping.
Whoa.
On road trips.
Yay.
Just about anywhere.
Ah.
Except for the water.
Yeah, don't do that.
Take them into the water.
They're sharks.
Ask your parents to follow the link below this video to look for your
Mom!
favorite Kids Learning Tube digital
Dad!
collection today.
Mom! Dad! We've got to follow Kids Learning Tube Shop.
You can buy them all. Kids Learning Tube.
Whee! All right, let's do this. Mic drop 1, 2. Whoa.
We are some planets, all different in size.
So I don't want to go too far into the song because I don't want to get copyrighted or something like that. So I just wanted to give you some examples of and I didn't realize there was this many planets. Planets. I mean, look how. Have you ever heard of some of these? Sedna. Didn't know about that one. Right? What's Sedna? Hold on. Uh oh. My phone's not working. Has your phone's been laggy too? With your hi, how come they turn off the comments? I've never heard of this planet before. What about the next one? Maki.
Yeah, that's me. Haumea is my name. I'm sixth in line with fame. A dwarf planet. Yeah, we're not all the same.
My name is Juice. I was built by the Chinese, 'cause that's where America gets all of its products. I'm the sun simulator, but the sun works and it's hot as hell. So I'll see you later.